wanted to meet me. I thought, you know, gosh, he must be really professional. He's meeting the really tiny parts. It didn't occur to me that it was
Well, I think
anything
Prince
else.
himself has tiny parts. What I meant, I think he's a rather diminutive. He's not he's
not very tall.
No, he's not very tall, is what I meant.
No.
Is what I meant. He's a very small, sort of, yeah, slight fellow. So you got to meet Prince then?
Yes.
Yeah. How was that? What was he like?
Terrible.
Really?
I mean, no, he wasn't terrible. He was very charming. But the thing was that what happened was that I went, they'd given me an appointment to go to this enormous sort of glittering hotel, which was absolutely terrifying.
This is in Paris?
In Paris,
yeah. What was it?
Crillon.
Crillon?
Crillon.
Where is it located?
It's on the Place de la Corde.
Oh, yes. Oh, I know where that is.
You know the one with
You know, that's
the
the second largest plaza in the world.
Really?
You know where the first one is?
No.
Red Square in Moscow.
Ooh.
Thank you. Anyway, so you got to meet him at the hotel.
Yes, and he was introduced to me, and I took his hand. We went into this enormous dining room. We all sat down, and he asked me a couple of questions about sort of weather and things like that, you know, what I'd been doing in the past.
Well, did he seem shy to you?
Yeah, quite, but I was so frightened. I didn't really notice what was going on until he stood up and said, I have a previous engagement. I'm sorry I have to leave.
Oh.
Oh, it was just awful.
Yeah. You felt you probably had done something
I'd done
wrong.
something terrible. I didn't know what it was, but I'd done it.
Yeah.
And he got up and left.
Yeah.
And which left me, we hadn't even ordered dinner yet, with all these people in this dining room, me thinking, what am I going to say to them for the next hour?
Yeah.
No, I've messed everything up. Help, I wanted to go home.
Yeah. Well,
frankly.
He shouldn't have done that, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps he felt uncomfortable with me. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but did you have to pay for the meal?
No.
Anyway, you got the party that you heard lair that he liked you and you were the lead.
Well, then I went back to do more tests with him. Monday, sort of 3 days afterwards, I was flown down Nice to do the hair and makeup.
Is he a nice guy?
Prince?
Really?
It's really good fun, yeah. Really?
Well, let's take a look at, we have some footage from your film.
Yeah.
Tell us what we're going to look at here. This is you and Prince doing what?
Doing what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's from your movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to show me?
I was...
Well, it could be...
I missed the shooting that day, so I don't know what it is. What is it? This man will tell us right here.
He meets her at the party.
Oh, he meets you at the party.
Oh, yes. No, I know exactly what I'm talking about.
I think your pudding basin may be a little tight.
No, I know what you're
it's a joke. Relax. It's a joke. Settle down here. I'll clear the auditorium. All right. Now let's look at it. This is Prince meets our lovely guest here, Kristen Scott Thomas.
Nice toss. And a nice party.
Yeah. Pity you weren't invited.
Well, I was in the neighborhood and,
You got lost.
and I thought this would be fun. Thanks for the present. Awfully sweet of you. Oh, tarot card. Want me to read your fortune?
I bet I'd like to do a lot more than read it, buddy.
The name's Christopher, buddy.
Very nice. So what are you doing now? You go back to France? You're going to be in the States for a while?
I'm going to stay in the States for a bit and see what happens here.
Well, good luck. I hope things go your way.
Thank you.
You're a very lovely woman.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
being here. We'll be right back with Marv Albert. Do you know Marv? Oh, you'll love him. My next guest is one of the most well-respected sports broadcasters in the entire world, or at least in this building. He is the voice of the New York Knicks and Rangers and jack of all trades in this network. As always, it's a pleasure to welcome Mr. Marv Albert. Come on out, Marv. Marv, you brought on the Achievement Awards, and when we're finished, I want to hear a little bit about you and Whitey Herzog.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, all right.
Good friend.
Take a look at the Albert Achievement Awards.
Incidentally, I'm very happy I was able to pull away from my busy schedule today because I've been watching the Goodwill games, and I did not want to get away. Apparently, these folks here are all familiar with that.
Through with that, yes.
Right, okay. And we do have the Wild Wacky.
Wild and Wacky.
It's a compilation from the last 2 months because we had so many good highlights.
Is it normally just 1 month?
Yeah, normally 1 month, but a crack staff is
Put together
captained
2 months.
by David Kess.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Yours. Put it together,
like you had
and here it
trouble with
is.
this one is what it sounds like.
No, it's, I don't want to put
Good
pressure
stuff.
on ourselves.
Okay, here we go.
But it's one of the strong ones. So we'll open up with this pulsating play-by-play call of the past month. This from the World Cup soccer competition. Here it is. Also on World Cup play, some rugged action. The Italian tripped up, looks to get his revenge. Now goes back with a poke, leading to the Academy Award fall. Pitching problems the past month. Charlie Liebrand of the Royals with the pickoff attempt, slightly off the mark. Now here's a bouncer to the mound. Bill Gullickson of the Reds, wild throw. First baseman Pete Rose watches in disbelief. Bruce Hurst facing the comebacker, looking for the baseball. Here's Yankee pitcher Al Holland in deep thought. More baseball. High pop fly. The catcher Bob Brenly of the Giants waiting. Look out. Carlton Fisk of the White Sox chasing a wild pitch, as turns out through an obstacle course. But Carlton now will get his revenge. And here's Dwight Gooden of the Mets with pick. Terry Carter thought the ball by him. It's in your glove. To the unusual in the NBA playoffs, Danny Ainge of the Boston Celtics with a full-court slide. And Depp Johnson of the Celtics with the attempted pass deep in the backcourt. It goes in.
Wow.
At the news conference announcing new Golden State coach Mike Schuler, Mike had his ups and downs. Best attempts the past month. Mike Fischlin of the Yanks with a ground foul. The Orioles ball girl did not have this in mind. And here's the Mets ball girl at Shea chasing a foul, and she is rudely interrupted. At Yankee Stadium, now watch the man reaching out, lose the ball and his pants. One of the shots of the year in golf. Dan Halderson unleashing, hits the green. Now watch this, makes a right turn, and you might say he got the roll. A spectacular shot by Dan Halderson. And we close with baseball's embarrassing moments. Ray Knight of the Mets with this unique toss of the bat. Nice, Ray. Base hit right field. Tony Gwynn of the Padres can't find the baseball. Tony's in your glove. Jamie Quirk of the Royals, the runner at third, forced home. And what a nonchalant trot. In Dodger dugout, Tom Lasorda, you might say, a bit hung up with the phone. Here's the worst ball strike judgment of the month. Mike Easler of the Yanks. I guess he was fooled. And a rarity, the hidden ball trick working. The Tigers get Alan Wiggins of the Orioles. First baseman Dave Bergman pulls it off on a fake throw. And this is one that doesn't even work in the yard.
That was great. Good. It was a great pass. Yeah, very nice. Terrific job, Mark. Now, about a month ago, I was reading in the paper about something happening with you and Whitey Herzog on your pre-NBC baseball game program on Saturdays. What was that?
Well, Whitey, the manager of the Cardinals, even under the best of conditions, not a ball of laughs, even while
Very
winning.
serious man.
He is. And he was a guest on the pregame show. And at the time, it was speculated that he might be a candidate for the national presidency, Chubb Feeney retiring. And he and A. Bartlett Giamatti, who is the president of Yale University, were the leading candidates. And he didn't seem to be too crazy about A. Bartlett Giamatti. In fact, had mentioned that you really need a baseball man in there. So I closed the very lively interview by pointing out to Whitey, if things turn out in this manner, if Giamatti gets the job, and if you happy looking for a career change, and I was just kidding around, if Giamatti gets the job, then certainly there's opening for you as president of Yale University. Whitey didn't take that too well, and said, Marv, you're trying to be funny. I don't think that's funny. This live television. I happen to just say, I guess Whitey won't be appearing with us anymore on the pregame show, and he ripped off the earpiece. And
have you heard from Whitey since?
Whitey has written many times. And
what kind of response did that? Did people seem to be on your side of it, or on Whitey's side of it, or they didn't much care?
I think it was perhaps the latter. No, I think it was. I think it was a mixed reaction. It did get a lot of attention in the newspapers around the country. And he's a very serious guy. I think he took it as an insult. Maybe it was intelligence, but it wasn't meant at that. It was meant as a smart aleck question. No, it was meant just to it was just meant to close the interview.
Just kidding on a little bit.
Absolutely. That's
nothing wrong with that.
But Whitey, I know, would be very excited to hear that, in the baseball pregame tomorrow night, we're in prime time.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's right before the Mets-Braves game, and right before game time, NBC will make the announcement as to whether we will or will not be in stereo.
Oh, great. Well,
because
let's keep our fingers crossed.
They want to pierce that TV screen, that flat screen.
Stop it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Sports, Marv Albert. Marv, thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
We'll be back, folks. Cheers. My thanks to Marv Albert, Guido Sarducci, Kristen Scott Thomas. We'll see you Monday, folks. Have a good weekend. Terry Garr will be here, and Dan Pastorini. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.